So the news that we were hoping not to hear has just come through. I had a phone call with Tony Doherty a little over an hour ago, and Tony has let me know, I mean, this will be public probably by the time this video goes live. It'll be public across social media. But Tony's let me know that because of the worsening situation regarding the COVID-19 pandemic, the border closures, the lockdowns, and just really no light at the end of the tunnel of the current situation here in Australia, that he's made the decision to cancel FitFest, which means the Men's Physique Pro Show is cancelled, which means the Bikini Pro Show is cancelled, and he's actually made the decision to cancel the entire IFBB Pro League Amateur Season B as well. South Australia, Victoria, New South Wales, Queensland, Western Australia. You know, the whole thing has been postponed or, you know, effectively cancelled for 2021. So we went into this eyes wide open, right? This is, you know, it's disappointing news. There's, I can't sugarcoat it. It's disappointing. Yeah, my immediate thought was like, when the fuck am I actually going to be able to compete? You know, when am I going to be able to step on stage again? You know, and that is a question that I just can't answer at this point in time. So that's disappointing. My next immediate thought is that I'm disappointed for you guys because of this series, right? I was so excited about this series and so excited about sharing with you guys, you know, different elements of a prep that I think are more unique and, you know, a little bit more psychologically focused than the typical superficial things that people generally share in preps. So that's disappointing. But, you know, with every adversity, with every setback comes the seed of an equal or a greater opportunity. So, you know, I've been thinking over the last hour or so, since I spoke to Tony, you know, what are my steps now? What am I going to do? And I always had in the back of my mind, you know, if the show was to get cancelled early on, and this is early on, right? We're still, at the time of shooting this video, we're still 11 weeks out. So it's not like 2020 where it was 6 days before a show. You know, it has been cancelled very early, which I'm very grateful for. But I did have in the back of my mind going into this prep, you know, if the show was to be cancelled quite early, what's my move? What am I going to do? And I always had in the back of my mind, you know, I want to get my physique to a point where it's within striking distance of stage. It's within striking distance of a show. Get the body fat levels down, you know, take some progress videos, some progress photos, and just kind of see where my physique is at. You know, I've had really since Pro Prep 2020, I've had pretty much an 18-month off season to continue to improve that physique that was stage ready 6 days before that show was cancelled. And so I want to kind of see how my physique has progressed over the 18 months. So with that in mind, I am going to continue to prep effectively. I'm going to continue in a caloric deficit. I'm going to continue to cut. I am going to continue to bring my body fat level down so that I can get to that point. So, you know, at this point where last week in August, we've got 1 week left in August, I think I want to continue until at least another 4 weeks, maybe 5 weeks, push it to the end of September. You know, that's going to put me within striking distance of the stage, and I'll be able to get some really good physique updates and kind of see where my physique is at before flipping the switch back into caloric surplus, working on those weaknesses, continuing to improve, continuing to progress my physique, and then, you know, setting my sights on the next time I can compete, whatever that looks like. Maybe it's another pro show in Australia in 2022. Maybe we have international borders open and I'm able to go to the US or Europe and compete over there. I don't know at this point. There's just, there's so many variables, there's so many things that can change between now and then. But that's what I want to do. I don't want to, since I started this prep 20 weeks from the November 6th show, I'm approaching the halfway point now, and I don't want to just kind of pull the pin on it because the show's been cancelled and go straight back into caloric surplus without really knowing where my physique is at. So that's what I'm going to do. So far as this series goes, I got a couple of options at this point, and this series is for you guys. That's why we're producing this content. That's why we're committing to this series. So I really want to get your opinions in the comments down below as to what you guys want to see. So option one is we continue with this series while I continue in my deficit, while I continue to lose body fat, while I continue on effectively the process of this prep for the next 4 to 5 weeks. And I'll show you guys my diet, I'll show you my supplements, I'll show you my training, I'll show you my physique update, and I still want to go deeper into the psychology of it all, the things I struggle with when it comes to dieting, the reason why I use different supplements that perhaps you don't generally see people use in a prep, the struggles that I have with my training, how I internally motivate myself to approach training when my energy levels are low, when I'm in a caloric deficit, when I'm asking a lot of my body and not giving it a lot in return. I still want to share that with you guys. So that's option one, is that we continue and I continue to show you guys that sort of stuff over the next 4 to 5 weeks before transitioning back into a caloric surplus. And obviously, as part of that, I'll show you guys where my physique's at as a men's physique pro and where I think my weaknesses are and what I need to work on in the next off season. Option two is we call it at this point and we go, it's called pro prep. This is no longer a pro prep. So, we just call it here. We have the introduction video, and now we have the last video, and Pro Prep 2, only goes 2 episodes deep, and then when the opportunity comes to prep again, that'll be Pro Prep 2.2 or Pro Prep 3 or whatever we decide to call it at that point. And then we'll transition to some other content here on my personal channel. I'm so grateful for you guys, this new channel, this new series. So many of you have shown so much interest in it, and I just want to make sure that I am repaying that trust that you guys have given to me, that attention that you've given to me to deliver content that is unique and valuable and entertaining and informative, and all of the reasons why you guys have chosen to watch the first episode of Pro Prep 2, all the reasons why you guys have chosen to subscribe to this channel. I want to fulfill my side of that bargain. I want to fulfill my commitment to you. So if we go with option 2 and we close this off, we'll then proceed into some other unique and entertaining and informative content. But those are really the 2 options we have at this point. So I want your opinion on this, guys. What do you want to see? Do you want to see me continue to show you this quote unquote prep, this cut that I'm going to continue on for the next 4 or 5 weeks? Or do we close it off and we go and explore some business content? We go and explore some other unique content that I'm excited to share with you guys. So let me know in the comments down below, and we'll take the next steps from there.